Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Roleplay R&D, Week 2 of Sagas of the Icelanders. I'm your host, Stephen Lumpkin, and I'm here today with the cast of Sagas of the Icelanders to bring you another fantastic episode of Sagas of the Icelanders. Let's find out what our cast members have been up to since we saw them last. Jesse, how are you?
I'm wonderful. I am busy looking at this amazing diagram that you created.
Yeah.
That might be the craziest thing I've ever seen.
I hope everybody is taking a look at that.
Ever associated with anything I've ever been a part of. I'm not at all sure what I'm looking at. I know you made this to help us. I'm even more confused than when we started.
I didn't make it to help you, man. I made it to help chat.
Okay, great.
No, you're screwed. As screwed as normal. Yeah, well, like you can look at it and be like, oh, my name is Hilda Grimsbane. I'm lovers with all of these people because my name is Hilda Grimsbane and I kill men. And I could never betray Grim. I was wronged. I wronged Ingebjorg, Ingvild's daughter, the lame. Yeah.
Of
course. You're a mentor to Thora. Rovik Ragnarsson needs your help. Your sister to Gunhild Bera's daughter, an ambitious wife to Rovik Ragnarsson. It's easy.
I'm a little worried about this because okay.
Really?
Well, aside from the fact that I'm smack dab in the middle of this, and also Hilda, we are a bit screwed. I think Eamon has better options here. But after only 1 week, it's so complex. Because you're way over here. You only got to remember a few things. Check this out.
But he hasn't added all my stuff yet.
This is so simple though. It's gonna be so much worse.
Viking ship and crew.
Oh,
it's
that
true.
we haven't
you
even
have
talked
a couple
about yet.
So
he just skipped through. He's like, "Oh, you're a Viking. Bye." We don't have to talk about people.
It's only been a week though, and it won't even all fit on one page. It's cut off down here. It's cut off up here. It's only been 1 week. What are we going to be at?
Imagine all the characters we're going to meet along the way. I
don't think it's going to.
I'm going to kill them all just so we don't have to include them on the sheet.
I think there's both going to be new people that you meet and people that you lose from this sheet.
Good.
It's not going to be too crazy. And also, some of them will be more important and some of them will be, less central characters. So try not to worry about it too much, but it's a fun thing to sort of look at and remind everybody, who people are. And also, it's nice to, name them. Scum, a powerful warrior. Vebjorn, a wisecracking fool. Grim, a fated man. So that we have just a little better understanding of who all of these people are. But we'll go over it before we really get into the show and try to remember what the hell happened last time. So, yeah. Jesse, what have you been up to since we last saw you?
Oh, my goodness. Work. A lot of work. Yeah, no, I'm trying to get a bunch of stuff done. I leave tomorrow to go to Germany for a few days. And then...
You're not just playing The Witcher for forever?
I wish I would have been. If I didn't have to work, I would have been. If I didn't have to do this for a job and then render videos, I would have been.
Rendering videos.
It's work gets in the way of me gaming. My work gaming ruins my gaming.
Yep. That's absolutely true. Cool. Can you tell us where you're going, or is that a secret?
Oh, no, I'm just going to Germany to go do a thing for Total War Arena, and it's a 10v10 battle royale in there.
Total War?
Yeah, so it's the new Arena game it's Total War, but it's the combat part of it, and there are teams, and so you control different I'm not sure how much I can say about this. I don't ever care. So
that sounds cool.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff, and you fight. So you're fighting, tactically on a battlefield, and it's stellar. So I played it before, and I loved it, and now they're doing an event.
Super cool.
Yeah,
that's really exciting. Are you gonna put out some videos for that? Or are we gonna be able to see it?
I think it's going to be streamed. It's a huge thing they're doing to promote it. So it'll be on the internet.
Excellent.
Crendor. I'll tweet it.
Yeah. Tweet it. Fantastic. What have you been up to since we saw you last, Crendor? How are your machinimas?
Well, currently I'm rendering one right now. As we speak.
Awesome.
It's got
so
10
halfway
minutes,
through
and then
the
I'm going to
episode,
upload it.
If people are very confused.
Is this the one where you had to redo it?
Well, this is technically I redid it. It wasn't even redo it. It was just I didn't like the other one. I didn't think it was funny, and so I scrapped it and went with a different thing.
A lot of people say that about a lot of your videos.
Yeah, that's true. But they also say it about a lot of your videos as well. So,
that's why we're such
Crendor,
good
man,
friends, buddy.
it is.
I think that was kind of that was like the I am rubber, you are glue of comebacks, Crendor. I don't know. We're gonna have to see
I'm
in
all
the
about
show.
rubber and glue.
Maybe you can get back at it. Yeah.
Crendor huffs both of those things.
How else is he supposed to get ideas? Don't
do that, kids.
Let's see. Yeah, don't do that, kids. I mean, aside from that, I haven't gone to IKEA lately. Should probably go back.
Is that something you do often?
Yeah, like every week.
Just like, yeah, just have your weekly visit to IKEA.
Yeah, at least once a week. Sometimes twice, but I haven't been there lately. I don't know why, but
Are they
I
gonna
got
miss
stuff.
you? Are you gonna walk in and they'll be like, Crendor, we have missed you. Come back. Look at all of our wares.
No. However, there is like a weird greeter guy when you walk in, and I think he like knows I go there so often. He stopped greeting me.
Oh,
Just kind of like, and he just like looks the
Wow.
other way.
That's
The
like
little
the roll around
disapproval.
of awkward. Like first level of awkwardness is when they know you. And that's the worst. Like when you go somewhere and they're like, "Oh, hey, welcome back," and you're like, "I can never come here again." And then when you go there often enough that they just stop saying hi to you.
You just got to break them down.
That's like me and Pinkberry. It's embarrassing.
Pinkberry?
I go to Pinkberry and get the frozen yogurt. The guy's like, "What up, dog? How you doing?" I'm like, "Good. I shouldn't be here.
Pinkberry is really good.
I come too much now.
I don't think they have that in Montreal.
It's so good."
kind of
It
jelly.
is really good.
It sounds good.
But I mean, aside from that, oh yeah, it's like Starbucks too. I rotate my Starbucks so I don't appear like I'm crazy.
Nice. Nice. All right. Shannon, what
What's up?
stores have you been frequenting far too frequently recently since we saw you last?
I shop online, bro. I shop in my PJs. I don't do any of this walking into a store stuff, parking, or
Hell
computing.
yeah.
What is
Dealing
that?
With other people.
No. Yeah. And I got actually a little bit obsessed, as you can tell. I went on Amazon and I started repping a bit because, well, Maggie really brought it last week.
Yep.
And I didn't know that was something that we could do, really.
Hell yeah, why not?
I played D&D for 9 years, and I used to say I wanted to LARP just once. And all of my really nerdy friends who played D&D even before I was a part of it looked at me like I was the nerd. Like I was the
I
crazy one
agree.
for wanting to LARP once.
I totally used to think that, but now that I'm so into D&D, I feel like, man, if you think something is super cool, you just gotta do it
do
and
it.
balls to the wall, super cool it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Point of
I
order.
already know. First of all, I already know I'm a nerdy, and I also know I'm weird, and I don't care.
How
Yo.
many of you have actually LARPed though?
No,
I still want to. I
Have
have
none of you?
haven't yet.
No.
I have.
Is it
Oh,
I
awesome?
actually have.
Tell us.
Let me tell you a few things. One,
Okay, yes.
it is imagine the outfits you're wearing now, but you're like, I'm in full costume. So it's hot,
Yeah.
sweaty,
Yeah.
sandy,
Yeah.
dirty, people shouting numbers at each other as they whack each other with weapons. You need to know
Right.
math on the fly as you're like counting down your hit points. You need to have accuracy and throwing skills. You need to know when to catch, when to do different point. No. There's no. Look. I thought LARPing was gonna be like we dress up and we run around and we pretend to kill monsters and stuff. It'd be great. False. There's a video of it on the internet. It is all work. It's hard work. That's too
We
much.
need to get LARP going on
Do you
for
have
like
that-
apocalypse world style stuff where it's just like, the sort of relationships and roll 2d6 and it's just
Yeah.
like, none of that like stat counting and hit points and stuff. We just need to be like, okay, y'all are shooting at those guys are shooting at you. Roll 2d6, let's see who
Oh,
wins.
we had a big talk about an actual apocalypse and who would survive. It was in
We
our
can-
YouTuber chat.
We can find that out.
See, I would survive because the first thing that's going in an
No.
apocalypse is my hair. I'm shaving my head.
Okay, hang on.
I don't have a go bag. I'm serious. I've got life straws. I've got
No.
Wait,
No.
why is your hair going away?
So that she doesn't get her hair pulled in
She's-
fights.
bullet.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
First thing you do, grab scissors, off it goes. Yeah.
Look,
Nope.
I can go grab a different role-playing game and we can figure this out. But I think Maggie might have a leg up
Wait,
I
why
actually-
Maggie?
I have.
because she played
I have-
Apocalypse World.
Oh,
Oh, all right. I was like, I don't. Does Maggie know something we don't? Like,
I actually
days,
have
like,
had many years of fencing, so like actual
shit.
real
No
fencing,
way.
like with
when I
the
bring my
side
shotgun to our fight, I'll be sure to let you have the first step.
Well, I do
I
know
used-
how to use a weapon too, Jesse, and I'm very accurate with it.
I used to fight in. I used to fence in high school as well. What's your primary weapon?
Primary weapon. So you start out with a long sword, so that's how
Okay.
I got proficient with that.
Are you like
and then
medieval fencing?
Yeah. Well,
Whoa.
yeah, kind of, but like you're using actual weapons and stuff.
Mhm.
And it gets a little intense, and it is very warm. Jesse's right. It's freaking really warm. If you're not ready for that, you're
Imagine
not
doing that
ready.
for a film shoot all
Yeah.
day. All
I can imagine.
day. They dressed her up as
We
a
had a guild
warlock in a
leader.
robe. It was summer in LA. Not worth it. Not worth it.
Hashtag.
But I started out with long sword, then it went to short sword and board, and then I really wanted to learn the spear, and that was like my main thing because spear you have so much reach with the spear, and so like I really worked to get up to that point, and that's where I kind of left off was that.
That's pretty awesome.
But I couldn't do like a shield and a spear. Like it was a lot. It's heavy. I want to
Totally.
do both, but I don't think I'm like beefy
Okay.
enough.
You know
But
phalanx.
has
You just gotta crunch.
Has anyone taken archery classes? Because that's something I'd really like to do.
Have. Archery's fun.
I just watched.
I've never done
games.
archery.
That'd be cool.
I just
I'm
sat
better at
inside and
shooting
played
like
video
a
games.
pistol or like an assault rifle than I am archery though.
It was Battlefield.
Yeah,
God.
I'm okay with like a pump action shotgun. I don't know how I would do with a bow and arrow.
I've only
My
shot
God.
like a shotgun
What-
once.
What you need is like, some sort of like spray bow arrow where you just like pull once, release, and it's just like an
Like a
explosion of
crossbow,
arrows.
But
To
instead
let
of
you
bullets,
know,
yeah.
archery is actually when you're using a bow, it is very fast paced. It's like you are going. It's not you're holding it and letting go like you see in movies. I don't know why they do that. in
I was
movies.
reading
That's
that
not real.
apparently, like
That's not how
apparently,
you actually shoot a bow.
archers were devastatingly effective, even against like heavily armored opponents. Like it took a long time before steel got good enough that it could stop arrows. So for a long time in the Middle Ages, like even the heaviest armored knights would just get wrecked by arrows. And they had bullets and guns at that same time period, but they were so expensive, so rare, and like so inaccurate that they just weren't nearly competitive with archers.
History moment. That's why Attila could take over the known world at the time, because archery. Ta-da!
The power of history degrees.
Hashtag archery.
Nice.
Okay, so Maggie, what have you been up to since we saw you last besides thinking about fencing and LARPs?
I have been also working, making the YouTube videos and stuff like that. I put out a really cool Witcher video, and I hope you guys all watch it. It's a recap of like Witcher 2 lore, so you can be up to speed on Witcher 3. I don't know. Hopefully you guys like it. I put a lot of work into that, so I really hope that it gets more views. And I went on a trip to see family, and one of my friends got married, so I went to see them. And so that's kind of been my last week and a half.
It's been an eventful week of travels.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It's streaming, of course. I've been streaming. I miss everybody. So tomorrow I'll be playing The Witcher. I'm pretty pumped about it.
Super, super cool. All right, well, why don't we get back into it and figure out what the hell has been going on in this game? Yeah. So like, I just want to like quickly go through all of the moves again because I've sort of forgotten what y'all are able to do in this game, and I want to be sure that like I know what you guys can do. You guys know what you guys can do. So let's see, common moves. Let's take a look. When you tempt fate, you roll plus a weird. On a 10 plus, you pull it off. On a 7 to 9, you pull it off, but the fates gain a bond with you, and the MC, that's me, can spend it on their behalf at any time. On a miss, misfortune strikes. When you endure grave harm, roll plus young. On a 10 plus, pick 2. On a 7 to 9, pick 1. It'll get better on its own. It doesn't leave a permanent mark, or it gives you purpose. On a miss, it's fatal beyond help, and the MC will say how and when you die. When you take a scar, you basically take a -1 to one of your stats. When you give someone a gift, you gain +1 bond with them, and it's the receiver who determines what a gift is. When you look into someone's heart, you can spend the bonds that you have with them and ask their player one question per bond spent. Is your character speaking the truth? What does your character wish I would do, etc. And y'all can actually spend those with my characters as well. So like if you're trying to figure out what's going on with an NPC, you can spend bonds to look into their heart. When you assist or hinder somebody's actions, you can spend bonds to give them +1s or -1s. When you change a relationship, which at the beginning of each episode, you can change up to 2 relationships. And you can either change the target of the relationship, like I don't trust Olaf can become I don't trust Greta. Or you can change the nature of that relationship. So Olaf is my trusted ally to I don't trust Olaf or whatever. When one of your moves targets a character that you have a relationship with, that's when you mark that relationship. When you've marked 4 of them, you erase your marks and you pick an advancement from your rollbook. Now, hang on, Crendor, didn't you do that last session?
What?
Ingeborg. No, it doesn't look like you did. No, okay, sorry. No, but you did gain 3 bonds with Grim because you used your Seath Kona ability on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so remember to mark that down. Okay, cool. When your character survives winter, you can add one of the following options to their advancement list. You can gain an additional relationship, change your role, create a new character to play, or retire this character from play. When you gain an additional relationship, just pick one. Fine, you've already done some of that. When you change your character's role, pick a new playbook. When you create a new character to play, pick a new playbook. When you retire a character from play, tell us how they leave Iceland or die of old age. And then for females, so for Jesse and Crendor, playing, what are your names? Hilda and Ingeborg.
Yes.
You have the following 4 moves. When you entice a man, roll plus young. On a 10+, you hold 3 over them. On a 7 to 9, you hold 1. At any time, you can spend your hold to give them a -1 forward to any of their rolls, and they can force you to spend your hold by either truthfully answering your questions, giving you worthy gifts, or acting in your name and favor. When you lie with a man to conceive a child, you gain a bond with him, and you roll plus gendered. On a hit, you're pregnant. On a 7 to 9, you're pregnant, but it's kind of shitty. When you raise your voice and talk sense, you roll plus versed. On a 10+, hold 3. On a 7 to 9, hold 1. You can spend your hold to give warnings or advice, and they get +1s if they heed your warnings, and -1s if they go against your warnings, and +1s if they heed your advice. And when you go to man to action, roll plus gendered. On a 10+, he's got no other choice. On a 7 to 9, he'll do it if you promise something. And then for our men, Maggie and Shannon, who are Rovik and Eamon. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
When you consider an uneasy situation, roll plus versed, and on a 10+, you can ask 2 questions. On a 7 to 9, you can ask 1. What's the most I can make out of this situation? What snares have been set for me? What's an honorable way out? What's the safest position I can take? When you accept a physical challenge, roll plus young. On a 10+, you're faster or stronger than them when it matters, and you win. On a 7 to 9, choose 2. You don't tempt fate, your actions are honorable, or you win the challenge. When you throw an insult at another man, say what they lack and roll plus gendered. On a 10+, they choose 1. They either bear the insult, confirming it as true, or they act to prove otherwise. On a 7 to 9, they instead choose to attack you, challenge you to a duel, or demand an apology. On a miss, you come across as a fool, or they turn the insult back on you, their choice. And when your honor is in question, you can roll plus gendered. On a 10+, you rebuke them without trouble. On a 7 to 9, your word is not enough, but they will offer you a way to prove it. On a miss, you're dishonored and treated as such. So yeah, who remembers anything about last session?
I remember
I
a
do.
lot.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I remember everything. All of
Tell
it.
us what happened.
The
Maggie.
main thing that happened is there are bandits to the north who have stolen Olaf.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kick their ass.
Yeah, and y'all are like, how many of you are running off to deal with bandits? It's Eamon because he's the Huskarl and he's just gonna kick some ass.
Right.
I think is it also Hilda?
I am, but my group of idiots are busy wrestling, and I just decided to leave them behind. Yeah.
Yes, that's totally true.
Wait, I think
Yeah.
one of your group. I think you have 3 idiots, right? I think one of them was with talking to me and you. And the other two were fighting.
And I sent
Who
him
was
over to
talking
go
to
get
you?
the others.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it was Grim, because Grim came back and he was all messed up because
Yeah.
he had that vision. And Bjorn and Scum were busy wrestling.
Yeah.
And I wanted Grim to go. I tried to get their attention, but because I'm a woman, they don't listen to shit I have to say. So I tried to get Grim to get them, and he was like, let them do their shit.
You got to goad them into action, man, or entice them.
So,
And,
because I will do none of that, I was like, let's just go.
I was off near. I had left the area with my eldest, with Ref.
Yeah.
So I don't think I've been informed of this, or have I?
No, I think because you went. I went. So first, I walked up to you guys, and you guys were like doing your thing, and then I insulted your son, and then you were like, "Well, we'll go train." So you're training You went to train your son, and the other guy was like awkwardly walking with me back to where Jesse's character was.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's when we heard the screams and booked it.
Yeah. And Ingeborg, where are you through all of this? Are you just like sitting in your hut?
Yeah, I'm just chilling in my hut because I'm like, I hope they come back soon.
What happened with Helga, your daughter, your foster
She
daughter?
went to find him, and
She
then
went to find Olaf, and then she
ran,
came running back, and she was yelling about the bandits.
Yeah, she ran at all them and was like, the bandits, and that was the last thing she did.
Yeah, I'm certain that that Helga ran to find you also, because you're her foster mother.
Yeah, but she didn't come to find me because she ran at them, and she was like the bandits. So I'd imagine she'd like go with them for the bandits, unless she
Really quick here.
I don't
let's
think
just
she'd go with us to get the bandits. I think like she would just give us the direction we would go, and like we would tell her
and then
to
she'd
go
run
back to safety. Yeah, so she would probably go to you next. I think that that's the next thing that's happening in the episode.
I kind of want to draw out the close region here. So we've got the farmstead, and it's going to look like a little house. Woo! Here's the hut, and there's a river, right? Because there's water nearby.
There was, yes.
There was a couple rivers, right? But this
Water
was the
and
one.
plains were the two things I chose.
Yeah, water and fields. Yep, absolutely. So where are the fields in relation to this? If this is where the river is and stuff.
Oh, I only got as far
Are you
as
seeing? Yep.
to draw the inside of my house. That's it.
Well, we got
That's
it
all-
right here
That's all I managed to do.
in roll 20.
So
where do you want
Let's
it?
put it. Okay, so the fields,
Yes.
I would imagine, are to the left and
You can hold down.
down.
You can hold
Of-
down and do this, and it'll make a circle.
And ping.
See that? And ping.
What?
Magic.
Oh my
You see
God.
that? Yeah.
So the
yeah.
fields are like
They're
down
like
here.
They're like here. Oh, sorry. No, they're like They're like here. Yeah. You're doing all the right things.
Cool.
Yep. And
Good.
because I would imagine that there's irrigation at this point, so we'd probably get them somewhat close to the river, but not.
Okay. Not like right on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and also like Eamon has a Viking boat that he owns that's sitting in the river. So Ingeborg, where's your hut? It's to the north, right?
Yeah, to the north, but it's like
So
the furthest away from everybody. It's like on
yeah,
the
so
border.
I'm just gonna put like a little hut here, Ingeborg hut.
Yeah,
Is that good?
yeah, I like it.
All right. Cool. Love it. Love it. All right. Awesome. Yeah. So who's heading off to like try and find these bandits?
I am.
So that's
you-
Eamon.
Eamon, would you come to inform me, or would
I
you
think
just go?
I think it first depends on like, because all she said was there are bandits to the north, and didn't really give us
Yeah.
much details.
Now, like, it's worth considering. Like, is it an honorable thing to let the man who owns the farmstead know that there are
I think
bandits?
the
on
first
his
thing we
field?
would do is send out a scout, and then we would make a plan based on what
Yeah.
happens
Well then,
that way.
I can go with Falcon Man, whatever the hell his name is.
Falcon Man.
Falcon Man.
Falcon Man.
Remember the guy
His
who was like
name
the
is not
Falcon
Falcon.
Remaster? Yeah.
Is that Ari, the bowbender, the cautious trapper?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so
Oh, wait.
you and Ari can
Ari?
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can go out and look and scout, and then you guys can go get the bulk of the group.
Yeah. So I want to
I guess
see
would,
this.
I would wrangle up the
So you did.
army.
So you did let me know, yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
That makes
I
sense.
just want to make sure that I'm like in the loop on this. Otherwise, okay, yeah.
I imagine here that all of you are in the longhouse, sort of standing around trying to discuss what's to be done about this. So, like, who's there? It's Eamon, Ingebjorn. Are you there, or are you still just like off in your hut?
I'm still in my hut.
Okay, so it's Eamon, Hilda, and oh God, what's your name? I'm writing it down. Rovik.
Rovik. And my wife and kids would probably be in the house as well.
Yep. Gunhild.
They're usually present for such matters.
And the kids, of course. So I guess Ref is there.
Yes.
Yeah. And
I guess a bit of my crew would probably be with us as well.
yeah, so like tell me, like, are one of the trio who are with Hilda, are one of them a member of your crew?
I don't know.
Because they're all Viking raiders, right? It makes a lot of sense for at least one of them to be sort of part of your permanent crew, if not all three of them.
Yeah, I would say that's up to Jesse what his plan is with those guys. But I would say like how many ships do I have in my fleet, do you think?
I think you just give one, but let me pull up your character sheet here. You're the Huskarl, right? Yeah. So you took Viking, you own both a small, shallow ship suitable for raids, and have the service of a few men willing to sail with you and follow you into battle. Yeah. So I'd say, like, choose 3 people, and then that'll be it for your crew. Because, like, everybody on the farmstead will sort of go a Viking with you and leave the women behind to tend the fields while y'all are off for a week or 2 at a time raiding on the shores of France or Britain or anything like that.
Y'all. Sorry.
That's a very Viking thing to say.
Y'all, you
The
know.
Vikings say y'all a lot.
Do they?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, King Y'all.
They brought it to North Carolina when they invaded the coast of America.
True. It's all true, by the way.
I can't tell if
all
he's fucking
true.
with me or not.
All
This is the
factual
best
information.
part of this game. Yeah. Okay. So Eamon, tell me a couple names. Let's see. Maybe I can like grab the names from the.
Yeah, I'm grabbing some names right now.
Cool.
Well, they're not names from there, but you can tell me if they're not good enough.
Okay. Oh well, I'll be like, those are not good enough names.
You need better names.
I'm thinking of one more name. Do you? Okay.
I'm just trying to remember everybody's name so I can say it without
Are
kind
those
of going
fine?
like, how do you say your name, dude?
You don't have that
It's
giant
challenge.
awful sheet open right now?
Maybe it's a K.
I'm gonna drop all of these names into our group chat. Cool. I see that.
Are those names
There's a
fine?
whole bunch of names. Yes, but I really want to make one of them be the same people as from Hilda.
Okay.
So that the community
Oh.
is a little bit tighter, right? So that we have more relationships between people.
All right.
And Hilda's like your no, Hilda's my wife's sister. Okay. I'll
Yeah,
get the
yeah,
hang
yeah.
of this. I will.
Yep.
Uncles,
swear.
brothers, cousins, friends, sisters.
Hilda.
Yeah.
brothers.
Twice removed. Yeah. From another mother.
So Hilda's got Scum, Grim, and Vebjorn, and Scum is like the
Yeah.
ringleader, and Grim is the one that Hilda could never betray, and he's also fated.
All right.
Um,
So I'll do this one. So
Gotta
I
scroll
don't know how I
down.
spell scum, but
Scum, yep, Scum. Cool. So,
So
your
Vlad, Scum,
crew
and
of
Carl.
Vikings, your crew of Vikings are Vlad and Scum and Carl. Carl Carlson.
Carl
Yep.
Carlson is that what his name's gonna
Yep,
be?
that's
I'm
his
in.
name. His name is Carl Carlson. Cool. So like what's like a big descriptor for Vlad? What's a big descriptor for Carl? I'm gonna actually pull us back over to the previous page so we have these descriptors in front of us. Like, are they ambitious? Do they seek secrets? Are they prideful, argumentative, seductive, cowardly?
Vlad can be argumentative.
Vlad
Sure.
is argumentative. Okay.
And Carl.
Coral.
Carl.
Coral.
Get in the core.
Uh,
with
Is,
the
is,
show.
is Carl a little dense?
Carl, Michonne, Carl, stay with Michonne. Carl, you gotta get in the car. Eat your food, Carl.
Okay.
You're gonna
I was thinking like he's kind of like a blockhead, like he's just really beefy and like
Carl.
he doesn't have like much wits to him, but he's just a fucking tank.
Yeah, he's the dense, but he's the dense in both terms, both sense of the term. Yeah. Okay. Great. Cool. So you've got Coral the dense and Vlad the argumentative. All right. Love it.
Great.
Excellent.
You know, that's great.
So Vlad, Scum, and Coral are here in the Longhouse with y'all. Now, hang on. A couple of you have moves that you roll at the start of the session. So who's Carl? Do you have any of those? I don't think so.
Moves at the beginning?
Yes, at the beginning of each session.
I don't think it had something for me.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think I do.
That would be in a different section, right?
It would be on your character sheet. Yeah.
Nothing.
Okay, Rovik, you do. So at the beginning of the session, you roll for your man's work. So roll 2d6 plus your gendered.
Roll. My gender does 1, I believe.
Yeah. Okay, so choose one. You either hold 1 labor or you hold 3 labor, but it's backbreaking and it counts as accepting a physical challenge.
No, I will hold 1 labor.
Okay, so go ahead and mark that down. That doesn't add. Anytime you hold, you set your hold to 1. So now at the start of this session, you have 1 labor.
Oh,
you made hay last session though, right?
Yeah, I think. How did we say it? Because I had my sons working the fields, and then I was
you
shearing
prepared
things
you
or
prepared hay in the spring, so you spent 1 labor to collect 1 hay.
right.
Yeah.
Only 1 strand of hay.
Yes, you have a single hay
I will get used to this Farmville game soon. I swear.
someday.
Okay, so it doesn't add up on whatever labor I have left off. It just replaces the amount of labor I have at each session, right?
That's my understanding. Yeah.
Okay.
So, Seathkona, do you have anything that you do at the start of each session? I don't think so. I'm not seeing.
She has visions of how we all die.
Yeah, that's for damn
and warns
sure.
us immediately of said vision.
Well, last time
give me
she
money.
had a vision of someone getting skewered by a spear, but she doesn't remember who it was. So it's a good thing y'all are about to go pick a fight with some bandits.
It's basically the plot of the Hercules movie with The Rock, basically. For those who saw that movie.
That's awesome.
I haven't seen that movie.
Okay,
It's pretty bad, but it's great.
what, the Scorpion King? Scorpion
No,
King?
no,
Is
it's
amazing.
the Hercules movie when The Rock was Hercules.
Oh, I want to see that.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't seen that.
One of the subplots is a character is like told he's gonna die, and he has a vision of a spear coming at him. Like he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna die! I'm so excited."
What? Oh,
It's part of the movie. I didn't make it.
All right, good. So here we all are in this long hut. Who was the bearer of bad news to Rovik? Who was the one who told him that there's outlaws,
I think it would be
bandits? It would be Eamon. How does that go down?
So I walk up. Rovik and his son are, training
Yeah.
profusely because I made fun of him and he's angry at me.
Yeah.
So when I return, he's kind of a little like still glaring at me, giving eyes, but whatever. But I'm like obviously running up and distraught, and I start explaining what the situation is, and he's like, "All right, let's get people together." Sends his son to probably go gather some other people, and I get the rest of the crew together, and we all meet at our war
Hang on.
table.
Let's actually see this play out. So you come
Okay.
up, Rovik. How are you training your son?
I would be probably we have practice blades, so we'd be using those, and that would be the first thing. So I'd probably be coming at him with 2 swords, one at a time, and getting him to parry each hit, and he probably has a shield as well. So I'm probably pushing him quite hard, knocking him down to the ground and telling him to get back up again.
Yeah.
So
well, let's find out
quite
if you
swift.
actually are. Like, this kid is 17, right? He's pretty strong. He's pretty muscly. He's kind of a built young man. Like, are there any women nearby who are sort of like taking a gander at what Ref is doing here?
Well, let's
Sure,
see.
Thora's
In
watching.
the family tree of things.
Yeah, I mean, like, is Thora sort of like hanging out on the edge?
Could be.
Maybe Thora is kind of hanging out with Scum. So the two of them are standing off to one side watching, while the Bjorn and Grim are sort of wrestling in the mud nearby.
All right, sure.
So like Ref is he's really coming at you pretty hard. Like, have you ever fought him this hard before, Rovik?
I don't think I've ever fought him this hard with his anger being where it's at.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I think this is the first time he's going to hopefully impress me.
Yeah, I hope so. So roll 2d6 plus your gendered? No, plus your young.
Oh my god.
You're engaged in a physical challenge.
Well, that's not good because I think my young is nothing. Yeah. So.
Where?
Okay. Oh my god. Oh man, this is fun. This is where it gets fun. Yeah, let's see.
And there are no rerolls in this game, are there?
Nope, there's no rerolls unless you have a rule that lets you do it, like a move. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, like you're fighting, and I know what happens. Thora is standing there cheering, and she's really egging him on. She's calling out, "Come on, Ref, you can do it! I see those big, strong arms of yours. Give it to your father." And he just bashes away one of your attacks with his shield, and he like slaps you in the side, Ref. And you feel one of your ribs just collapse, crack. You feel it crunch. There's even like a sharp cracking sound. Pain explodes up the right side of your body. Immediately, Ref just like stands back. He drops his little practice sword. He's sort of looking at you stunned. You're in searing pain. Let's see. Would you... this is not grave harm. It's only practice swords, and you're not really tempting fate because it's already done. So yeah, like you have a severely broken rib.
Oh shit.
It's really cramping your style. So
We got bandits to take care of. Why you breaking your shit, man?
is that when you come up, Eamon? You see this? See this blow that Ref deals to his father?
Sure, yeah.
So I'm going to scream, but I'm not actually going to scream because I have neighbors and it's 2 a.m. So I'm going to scream out in pain, ah, and then I'm going to drop down to the ground and hold my rib cage, and then I'm just going to like catch my breath which is probably really hard to do for about a minute.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to like look up at my son.
Yeah.
And kind of like in pain, but kind of smile at him, like I'm proud of him at least.
Yeah.
So good. That'll do for today.
It's merely a flesh wound.
Yeah. Ref kind of smiles. He's got this big goofy grin on his face that doesn't quite fit like his jaw. You know, he's still growing into his body a little bit, and he like flashes a grin over at Thora, and she's just like bosoms heaving, just like staring at his muscly, you know, like sweat slicked body.
And then I step in front
peanut
of her.
butter jelly right now, just letting you know.
Yeah, Hilda, are you there?
I am there, and I see her getting a little worked up and just step in front of her because she's my trainee, and I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
But I don't make a big deal of it. I just walk in front, like, he certainly was wonderful, wasn't he? But you know, she just sees my back now.
You know, she just like steps to the side, and she's like peering around from behind you or something like that. So
I'll sword
you know,
down, and I kind of push myself up, and I say, "That's enough for today. But Ref, come closer." And I want him to kind of like lean in.
You know, he sort of stops, and he sort of looks down at you where you're leaning, and he says, "Father, anything you have to say to me, you can say in front of my friends."
And so I kind of like, even though this is going to really hurt, I stand up really straight, and I lose my smile.
It hurts.
And I look him dead in the face, and I say, "No matter how much the gods have blessed you with your strength, you need strength of mind as well. Otherwise, you will not win many battles.
Yeah, like
Dummy.
He sort of looks back and he says, "Strength of mind. Is that what your wife tells you? When you have strength of body like me, you don't need strength of mind to win your battles, father."
No.
I take my sword and I knock at him. I don't care.
Yeah?
Yeah, I strike
Okay.
his head. Yep.
Just
Just like with the hilt, like as if I'm punching him like that, not like to hurt him, but to just knock him out. Because you don't talk to your dad that way, bud. No.
Yeah, you know what? Like you go lunging for him and he just like backsteps and grabs his sword. It's clear he's gonna fight you. Do you go for it?
I don't know how much I can do because I'm in pain with a broken rib, but yeah.
You're the man.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
You're the man, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like, basically, he has thrown an insult at you, and you're acting to
He's
prove
my own
otherwise. This is totally reasonable. All right.
If you roll another 4, I'm not following you anymore. I'm a new Jarl.
I need you to roll plus weird.
Oh fuck. That's another thing I don't have any modifiers to. Great.
You're definitely tempting fate here. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. You come at your son and tell me how you get the better upper hand on him. What does this little engagement look like?
So, as he ducks underneath the sword punch I was about to give him, I take my other sword and I sweep it at his feet because he's looking down and over instead of looking at his feet. So
Classic mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just sweep him off his feet. All right. The fates.
Because I'm still just trying to disarm him. I'm not trying to beat the shit out of him yet.
The fates have gained a bond with you.
Okay.
And you can sort of tell that like the only reason you won this one is because the fates smiled on you. But when the fates smile on you later, they're not gonna. You sort of you know about this. Okay, so you just lay him out in the dirt. He's lying on the ground. He's got this really dark look on his face. What do you do?
I go and I wincingly hang over him and I say, "It is all up to the gods what you do. Don't ever betray them. They smiled on me and they can smile on you." And then I put out my hand for him to reach up and get pulled up to his feet.
Oh yeah, he doesn't grab your hand. He just rolls over and pushes himself up and he just starts walking off in the other direction.
I
He's
let him go
brushing himself off, man.
Yeah.
Don't need this bullshit. God.
There's a question.
Yeah.
What is the moral you try to teach your son there? Because so far you were like, you have to use your mind, and then when you won, you were like, but the gods do all the work. If I was your son, I'd be like, I don't know what the fuck just happened.
I think that's kind of the point. Like it's like you're supposed to use your mind, but at the same time, I think the Vikings had this complete sense of predetermination.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
you could try to be as smart as you possibly could. You could try to parent your children to be as wise as possible. But in the end, it's still just kind of like just honor the gods. So don't play dirty was kind of like the end point there, you know?
Yeah. Like there's this concept like the Vikings believed that when they were born, the fates determined their point of death. And there was literally nothing they could do to change it. So they had this real willingness to throw themselves into dangerous situations. Like they're not reckless, but they believe that there's no way they can escape it. It's gonna come for them no matter what. Okay, great. Eamon, there's a convenient sort of lull here while Hilda and Scum and Thora are sort of on looking. Are you gonna break in?
Yeah, sure. I run in, I'm full sprint, running towards the training grounds, and I yell to Carl and Vlad, and because they're still there, they're watching this go on, as well as Thora and them. And I'm like, Carl, Vlad, come! And then I yell to Rovik, to the north there are bandits. They've taken Olaf.
Nice.
What is happening? Bandits kidnapping from our land? Get everyone into the house. And then I start staggering into the house.
Okay.
I kind of walk with him and give him shit for kind of getting beat up by his son.
Yeah. You're just
Yeah.
like giving gentle ribbing.
Yeah.
What does that
While
look
still
like?
kind of helping him out.
Are you
But
like
making it
I
look
mean,
like I'm not helping him out because I don't want like other people to see that he's got some weakness going on. But I can tell.
you're not like throwing insults, right? You're
No,
just,
I'm
like,
just like prodding at
gently,
him while,
right? Yeah, okay,
while I'm
cool.
helping him.
Hilda, what's your reaction to all this when you hear her say like, bandits stolen Olaf? What's your reaction?
And why are you giggling?
Hilda DGAF. She's just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Olaf had it coming.
I can I not have a reaction to any of that?
Yeah.
Because
Totally.
that shouldn't be anything that we like. It's not something that's new to us. I imagine that stuff happens all the time, and so we're kind of used to it.
Well, like I think
They're
like
pretty close.
there's bandits that have stolen a person from the farmstead. That's pretty rare. Bandits, yes, they usually just steal like sheep or goats or something like that, not humans. The shit that went down between Rovik and his son, like you've probably seen that coming for a while. Like you probably
Right.
knew.
But
Like, yeah, this is-
situationally, look, I learned last week after I tried to talk shit to my crew, and you were like, they basically said, "Shut up, woman." Situationally, as my place in society, unless I decide to start rolling my rebellious rolls, situationally, all I can do is shut up and wait to go kill some people because I'm here on a dude's land because his wife is my relative, and I'm here to help. So I have no real authority to do anything. I'm just sort of like, all right, I'll wait and see what happens.
Well, but like, does it maybe excite you that maybe now you're finally going to get to go kill some people and like maybe some of these dicks are going to start respecting you?
Well, I feel like they should have already respected me because I've been killing with them for a long time, Stephen. But last week we learned that they still don't. So I stand by where I stand last time, which was I'm ready to fight and I'm ready to do this, but I'm not going till we're given the word to go do so. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I guess Scum kind of follows you. He heads off into the longhouse with you. So we're all in the longhouse now, and we're seeing this go down. Like, what do you say, Eamon, when you say this? When you deliver this message?
As far as like explaining what happened, or
Yeah, I mean, I guess we're sort of planning right now. Like, I thought there was some sort of mention of sending a scout to figure out what was actually going on.
I guess I first talk about who did you send? I thought you went, Jesse. That's why I'm confused.
Well, nobody
that
had
you're
gone yet. We sort of
No one's
hopped
yet.
back
I
in
said
time
I
and
would
we
go
saw-
with Hawkman or whatever his name is. Falcon
Okay.
Man.
Yeah.
We're sitting there. We're like mapping it out. We have kind of a map of our area that we know of, right?
Do you know where it came from?
I put like a little, because we have like little figurines or something that we use. They're just like really shoddy, like pieces of wood that
Little
we
wooden
use to
carved.
represent. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I put one down, and I'm like, we'll send a scout to check to the north and see what like what's going on over that way, and come back. We'll set up set up like two flanks on both sides of the river that we know kind of collides into the area. Because like Ref is your son, right, Shannon?
Yes. Yeah.
He kind of knows where this area is that the boys normally go, and they kind of like, I don't know, what are they doing out there?
What do you mean? What are the boys doing out there?
Yeah, out like in this area of the river where they've been hanging out.
I would imagine they're just fucking about, fighting in the water and trying to knock each other off of balance, things like that. Just
Okay.
I thought there was
like-
also some talk about like fishing or something like that.
Fishing, yeah. But I don't know if
Fucking
my
about.
sons would be the fishermen. It would probably be my slaves, including
Well,
Ari.
they might
Yeah.
not fish like for really bringing in
I
food,
see
but they
what
might
you
do it for fun or
To
something
learn,
like
yeah,
that.
whatever.
Yeah.
Or like
Ari,
you know,
I'd like for Ari to take this and be one of the scouts on this mission.
Yeah,
I know, that's
Ari steps forward. He says, "Rovik, I would be honored to go and search and scout for your son."
You, it's not,
he's sort of-
it's not my son, but yeah.
Yes. No.
It's
or
Olaf.
Ingeborg's son. He sort of looks around. He says, "Is there any here who would join me?"
Ref will join you. I volunteer him, and I look over at him.
Oh, Ref wandered off. He's not in the longhouse.
He's not in the house.
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
All right.
If you want to say that, I'll volunteer to go find his butt. I'll grab Thora and she'll come with me and find him. I'm sure they'll be attracted to each other like sexy
Jesse,
magnets.
who was your person who was like the trap person?
Oh, it's not my
trap.
person. It's one of your people.
It's
Ari.
Ari. Ari was the trapper.
Okay,
Who's
perfect.
my
Okay,
slave, my trapper slave. Hilda, that sounds great. Why don't you take what the hell's her name again?
Thora?
Thora?
Thora.
Why don't you take Thora and go find Ref and get him to be useful for a change?
It should be done.
Do we
Okay,
need
so-
more than that, do you think, Eamon? Do you think we need more than 2 parties?
For scouting? No, I think that will suffice. Return back. I kind of like assign them both. They're returning, Helga, right? Helga and Thora shall return to the northern, the most northern, river group, and then, who are we having send? Ari
Was it
and
Ari.
and
I think
Ref?
it was just Ari and then Hilda and Thora.
Yeah.
Those were the 3. Because Ref isn't here yet.
But they're gonna go.
But we're
get
going to
Ref.
find him.
Yes. So I'm going to split those, have them both return to 2 different groups so that like both groups get the scouting information so that we can head in.
Okay.
Do we know how many bandits there are?
I think at the moment you don't know anything
Yeah,
except
that's why
for
we're going. That's why we're scouting.
Helga,
Then I-
Ingeborg's daughter, was just in a frenzy and saying, "Oh my God, those bandits! And they stole Olaf."
Right. Then I'd feel better if more than just Ari goes alone. I don't want Ari alone. I think we need to send others.
I thought Ari was going to get going with Ref and then Thora and Helga.
No, because
Yeah, I
they
mean-
have to find him. So
Ari sort of raises his voice for a moment. He says, "My liege, if I may, if we wish to ascertain their numbers, their whereabouts, it might be better to send only one or a small number of scouts. Whereas if you wish to go meet them in battle, it would be better to bring all of us here in the Longhouse. The choice is entirely yours, but it will be easier to return with information if there are fewer."
Yes, we're already sending 4.
I trust your judgment. That is good. You may go alone.
Well,
Okay.
there's 4 of them going.
But they're all
No,
going
no,
in
no,
different
no.
directions, right?
No, they're coming back. They're going to return with information separately.
All right.
Okay, so tell me exactly where people are going. Ari's going to the north to scout for bandits.
Yeah.
Is there
Ari and
anybody
Ref-
who's going directly with Ari?
Ari, Ref, Hilda, and
Ref isn't here
Thora.
yet. Someone going
And-
to go get Ref first.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're going. They're
I
all
and
going
Thora
to get
are going to go
Ref.
get Ref.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
they're all going together to scout. Is what
So-
my
This sounds like
Kendall will never leave the house.
what
He'll be
I
there the
was
entire time.
proposing was that all 4 of them go together to scout and return in groups of 2 to 2 different groups of our army.
Okay, so
we'll
y'all
be
are
set
gonna
up
like.
waiting for their call.
Okay, that makes sense. Ravik, do you support your Huskarl's plan?
I think that's good. If we do not see anybody come from the north or from the what other direction was it? South, right?
It was just north.
Just north. Then
Yeah.
perhaps we need to look at going east or west. It could be that there's more over the river, but we'll take that as it comes.
Okay, cool. So Ari looks to Hilda and he says, "Are you ready to go hunting?" Hilda.
Hold on. Time out. Did the plan change again? Because I thought I was going to go look. I thought I was going with Thor to go look for the kid, not go out to the wilderness.
You're bringing Ref with you.
We have to find
That
him
was the
first.
point.
I thought he was going north alone. Then we were going to.
He is.
Oh my god. Oh
He's
my god.
going
You're
north
the,
alone
you're the
first.
ruler of this land. Rule the land. I'm just here to kill shit. Oh my god. Make a decision.
That
right.
sounds like you're goading a man to action. Please roll
I am.
plus gendered.
I am making. I'm doing that. I choose to use rebellious.
Yep. What does that do for you?
When you do something that challenges the established order, roll plus young.
Yeah.
I choose to rebel against you. Make a decision, man.
Yeah, totally. Well, like, are you? Wait. So if you're choosing,
the decision is clear. It's just that we haven't explained.
hang
it.
on. Here's the way this breaks down. If you were doing something to challenge the natural order, that would be like you taking the decision. You saying, "Look, the man of the house is not."
He's an idiot. He has broken ribs and he's not thinking straight because his son kicked his ass. I challenge the order. I'll set up what to do.
That's like an insult, dude.
I'm done with this shit.
Are you
He's not gonna fight me. That man's not gonna fight me. He's got broken ribs.
Like, so here's the thing. Hilda is a woman, so she can't throw an insult at a man. But she can totally challenge the order, because it's just not the same, right? You know, like Rovig just doesn't really care. But she can definitely challenge the established order, so please go ahead and roll your young. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so that's RD +6 +2?
/ roll 2d6 plus your
2d6
young.
plus 2,
yeah.
It's so funny because I don't think that I think.
Oh!
It's 10!
On 10 plus, you do it, and the order will no longer be the same.
Yeah!
I
Like-
claim this land.
You know what? Like, I think Gunhild sort of looks at you, Hilda, and she says, "Finally, someone's talking a little sense. Please, Hilda, go find this young man. He's a good friend of my good friend, and Rovik's elder's foster son. Bring him back here safely, or at least report back to us with actionable items so we can get off our asses and begin moving."
I pull Thora by the arm and I'm like, "See, that is how you talk to men." And I grab her and we walk out the door because we're badasses.
Yeah, totally.
I just
Yeah.
kind of scowl at my wife. Honestly, I think all of this was just down to like misunderstanding.
Yeah, it was definitely misunderstanding.
It's like, wait,
Yeah, no, totally.
what?
It's, I mean, you know, it's all heated emotions and difficult situations. I think that's a fantastic place to take our first break for the evening. So why don't we go to a 5-minute break? We'll come back. We'll see another hour of what happens in this evening's Sagas of the Icelanders.